got the plan how to beat Clemson.
Believe so.
How do you do that?
Just be able to execute, be efficient, run the ball, protect the quarterback, and score touchdowns.
Anything said about, it's a very short series, but Ohio State's never beaten them. So they've had a couple of, relatively recent losses. Any monkey there or anything about just that team?
No, I mean, that's the past. We keep that in the past, and it's the present. We're game planning to win, so that's all we're really worried about right now.
Jonah, what's the challenge of defense that seems to bring a lot of exotic pressures and never really sort of dictates where it's coming from? It seems like anything's on the table with them.
Just being able to identify it, pick up things on the fly, being able to predetermine what they're going to bring, just studying up on film, studying up on their tendencies, and then being able to pick it up from there.
How do you think that's gone for you guys this year, that identification and communication?
I might say it's going pretty well. There's a couple mishaps, there always will be, but for the most part, I felt like we've done a pretty good job at that.
Do they show true tendencies, though? Do they show stuff that you see it and you see it later, and they do the same thing, and you get to watch tape like that?
Yeah, we see. But sometimes they have like a weekly blitz, so
Right.
We'll see something like a little wrinkle they'll add. But we'll be ready for whatever. We'll go to the sideline, get it adjusted, and go from there.
Jonah, you got to ask this question of a guy like you. What is it like sitting here right now compared to sitting where you were the last couple of years and stuff? I mean, how much of it? I guess how strange is it, or how polar opposite is it, or what are your thoughts of where you've gotten to? You know what I mean?
Honestly, if you told me I'd be here doing this right now, I'd probably laugh at you last year. But it's just a blessing, man. Just have these guys, everybody here around me, and being in this group and being a part of this culture and such a historical program is incredible.
What did you get from your days at Rutgers that helped you? You know what I mean? As far as when you look back on it, that
just being
kind of
able
helped
to,
you rise this year.
Just being able to persevere, through the ups and downs, and just being grateful, for every opportunity given to me.
Yeah.
Jonah,
Not becoming complacent with anything.
What are the biggest differences between this program and that one? What does Greg Schiano have in store for him as far as rebuilding it?
He has a lot of talent. He has a lot of people there in the building that are great people, and it's just a matter of getting it done on Saturday. Honestly, just putting the ball in the end zone and stopping the other team from scoring. That's what it really comes down to.
Jonah, you came here with a perspective of having played somewhere else. How much were you aware that, Ryan Day was going through all this stuff as a first-year coach? I mean, could you tell at times that he was running things for the first time, or just talk about what you saw in him?
Honestly, no. He looked like he seems like a seasoned veteran in what he's doing. I mean, he was under one of the greatest coaches in college football all time. So, I haven't seen an ounce of new guy in him or nervousness at all. He's very good.
Even from the beginning?
Even from the beginning.
And then
from the day I met him at Cap City Diner.
Oh, cool. Which one?
Is there more than one Cap City? I guess the one near campus.
Okay. One more thing.
The original.
Yeah, the original.
I'm not sure. Are you a grad student?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Were you taking courses online? All your courses
no,
online?
all my classes were right after practice, 7 to 9:45.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay. Were you aware that other players having online courses?
Yeah, but the program I'm in didn't have online courses, so that's why I couldn't take any. So.
Okay. You wish you could have?
I don't care.
I mean, how did that, were you able to fit that in with your football requirements? I mean, how tough was that?
It was pretty tough, but, staying on top of things, really being a grown man, it's as simple as that. There's going to be some adversity in class and football, so being able to handle it.
Hey, I was asking you a while ago about making that switch from Rutgers to here, but is there a sense of Christmas has kind of come early for you as a player this year? I mean, just what is that sense of what you're enjoying, I guess, this year, Jonah?
I'm enjoying a lot, man. Yeah, Christmas definitely came early, and hopefully we get a couple more presents.
Yeah.
In the future. So.
And just from a standpoint of being in a program, I'm not discounting at all Rutgers' effort and stuff like that, but being part of a winning program, what's different about it? I mean, what do you feel is just different about this place?
Coming back after a win on a Sunday, it's a good feeling, not a bad feeling, and everybody's just mood is a lot more brighter.
Doesn't have to be stirred. It's
Yeah.
just
This is your first bowl game.
Yes, sir.
So like, is that wild? Like, this is your last year of college football, and like, you're just now playing in a bowl game, and it's possibly playing for a national championship.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. But I'm grateful to at least have one in my time, and I'm excited for sure.
So like, 18 years old, and I come to you and I tell you this is how your career is going to go. Your first bowl game isn't going to be to your last year, but you might be playing for a national championship. Like, is that?
Hey, I probably would have been a little upset that it'd be my first one being a young guy, but now realizing all the things that I've gone through and seen, and it's incredible. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Does it make you appreciate it more? I mean, how would you describe it? I mean,
It definitely makes me appreciate it for sure, and especially the stage that it's on and the game that it's in. It's something that I wouldn't even have been able to believe if you would have told me that a couple years ago. So.
you know, we've talked to you before about, but the way you've mixed in with these guys immediately and stuff, and there was a good vibe in the room. You were, 6 months or a year ago, probably somebody was thinking they're going to play left guard for Ohio State. You know what I mean? But what was your approach to that, Jonah, as far as like making sure you mixed in with these guys immediately?
Just earning my stripes, getting around the guys outside of the facility and hanging out with them, and just put my head down and go to work so they can see that I work. I'm not just about to talk, and I'm about some action. So.
Jonah, you and Justin both stepped in as transfers and made a huge impact. Does that say more about you and Justin, or does it say more about the program?
I'd say it says more about the program, just how welcoming they are into the brotherhood and the people in here, and how they help the transition of coming from another school to coming here and being around a whole different group of people it's incredible.
In what ways were you helped?
Well, the academic staff, they help me out with figuring out my classes, and then the players here, man, those guys are second to none, just great dudes, well respected, good character individuals, and I'm appreciative of how they accepted me into this.
Jonah, there's been a little bit of talk about the three interior guys on your offensive line the last few weeks, and a lot of that's sort of about the athleticism that you guys have and sort of the speed you guys can play with a lot of these zone runs and stuff like that. When you first got in here, I guess it was in June, and you lined up next to Josh and Wyatt, what stood out to you about those guys in that regard? And I don't know if surprise is the right word, but just what was your first impression of the way those guys played?
I'd say probably both of them, their football IQ, their ability to understand things, different concepts, and what goes on in the game, especially for being new starters. It was like, wow, all right, these guys are legit. They're going to be big timers. And then just seeing their ability to do stuff in drills, and then Josh is ripped up like no other. He looks like a grown man bodybuilder, so it was just like, wow, I'm excited to get going with these dudes.
When you were looking at your options when you decided to grad transfer, how much talk did you have with Coach Day and Coach Stud about scheme, and how did you think maybe you fit in with what seems like was become a pretty good bread and butter play outside zone for you guys this year?
For a lot of my time, we had a similar offense. My first year, we basically had the same exact offense they were running last year, and a lot of the calls were similar. So that was something that definitely took part in my decision, and the transition wasn't anything too hectic.
What about skill set on these? I think it was like laboring the point, but the zone runs where you guys get out in space and you're really moving, getting that velocity going out wide. Did you know coming here that would fit your skill set, or did you learn that over time?
Because I'd honestly say before I came here, my favorite play would be like outside zone, some stretch. So once we were able to get that going here, I was excited.
What was that your favorite? Just because
it's just you get running, get to show off your athleticism, get to the second level, bang up the first level, and keep going.
Use momentum.
Yeah, momentum.
Hey, when did it strike you, John? Part of the year did it strike you that y'all were not just an offensive line, but y'all were a special offensive line? I mean, when did you sense that y'all had something really good going?
Well, I sensed it probably the first week of practice. These guys are legitimate players, and going against the defensive line that we have and the defense we have, and their ability to handle them and go to work, it was like, wow, all right, we can really get things rolling here.
But that goes against the old thing is you used to think offensive line had to play together for a year or two for they really got a feel for each other. But that y'all generated.
If you have a good group of guys that believe in each other, that trust in each other, and are able to, just be able to execute everything efficiently. It don't matter how long you've been together for. Yeah. It's just a matter of putting it together on Saturday.
Jonah, I'm not looking to start a controversy or anything, but who had a better Heisman look, Justin or Chase?
I don't know. They both look really good. I can't really pick between the other because, you know, Justin was putting things in the end zone and Chase was putting people on their back. So, I mean, I think they were pretty equal.
As you mentioned early, Christmas, it's a weird part of this whole setup is that you guys are going to be away for Christmas, so you have to have these few days before it. So how'd you go about planning it? What's your schedule like to get home, to get back, to actually celebrate? Like, how did all that work with your family?
I mean, I'm a big boy now, so like, I don't need to wake up and sit on my stair and take some Christmas pictures, open my stocking anymore. I mean, it'd be awesome too, but you know, they're going to be out in Arizona and they'll celebrate it with me out there, and then probably before I head out. So.
I forgot to ask you, what graduate degree were you pursuing?
It was in sports coaching.
Sports coaching. Have you finished that, or are you still?
No, I haven't finished. I only have one semester done, but
Okay.
I think I have like.
Did you have 2 courses this?
No, I had 3.
You had 3
Yep.
3 graduate courses this semester.
Yep.
Okay.
Jonah